Hickory Dickory Dock. It's time for our first mock or a joint mock because I think you've been hearing Boy Green, you've been hearing other people mock drafts, okay? But this is my first time. This is the first time that James Wudi is throwing his hat or pen or whatever you want into the ring. So we have dueling mock drafts. You get to see how much you love all of the fan favorite people that Boy Green has selected for you guys. And then you get to just tear my mock draft apart. And how could you? What are you thinking? Are you an idiot? All of that you can do right here, right now. And of course, share yours because we want to, talk about those as well. Boy Green meets Wudi.
Can you guys help us get a jet chant here? Yeah, going.
Oh.
Okay, right, yeah. Come on in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go!
J-E-T-S, jet, let's go! J-E-T-S, jet, let's go! There you go, Wudi!
Third Party Thursday.
Chris joining us here on the program with a capital P here on the program.
Jake Asman, come on down. How you doing, good sir?
Wow, what an intro. I mean, Boy Green is known for having the intro, but Wudi, that was unreal, man. Thanks for the kind words, son.
We are men of many names.
My favorite Austrian Jets fan right there, baby.
Boy Green
Meets Wudi. Welcome to another episode of Boy Green Meets Wudi. It is your boy James Wudi, and you already know we are Wudi, rocking everywhere. Right here, this man, he is the boy who became king, Mr. Paul Esden Jr. And the reason why we are hyped, it's not just because of that riveting theme song. Boom! It's not just about that. It is because it is draft week. All right, we are a little bit more than 48 hours away from that time. Boom, 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 boom. Where we hear those chimes. We're going to be hearing those chimes today. We're going to be hearing those chimes in 2 days. The New York Jets select. Right, we are going to be hearing all that. So it's definitely a glorious week. You already know all month we've been talking about prospects. Who have the Jets met with? We brought in Ryan Roberts, the legend, to break down people on the offense, people on the defense. We've given you everything that we have to give in terms of breaking down all around this New York Jets draft process. And now it culminates into this mock draft, who we, given all that information that we took from Ryan Roberts and the pros and Dom C, taking all that information, and it culminates in this mock draft. Boy Green, I'm gonna take a break. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take a sip of water. Talk to us. How you doing?
This is amazing. It's our first mock draft together and final mock draft together before we get to Thursday night. So there will be full 7-round mock drafts from both myself and Wudi. We'll do it a little differently than perhaps you've seen some of the mock drafts on this channel before, where we pull up the PFF machine and do it live here on the show and debate picks. Me and Wudi have done our homework, baby. We've already accessed the PFF mock draft machine and made our selections, but we will be revealing them one at a time. We'll go through Wudi's mock draft first, then my own. You'll hear the chimes. You'll hear who Wudi and I picked at each selection coming up. We'll do one of us first, full draft, then the other person, and you can boo and cheer and everything else in between on every selection. So I'm very much looking forward to this. Obviously everyone's going to love both of our mock drafts. There will be no disagreements whatsoever, which is the best part.
Hey, we'll see. That would be nice. That would be cute, so to speak. But we will see how it goes. I think we are starting with mine, so don't worry. I am prepared. Prepared to get the eggs thrown at me. You know what I'm saying? Nothing that a little shampoo can't handle, just washing out the yolk from all the eggs. So I'm excited, and let's see the Magnificent Seven. Is it 7? Is it 8? I don't even know. I didn't even count.
It is 7, and here we go.
All All right. Well, with the 7th overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the James Wudi Jets select Tyler Warren, the tight end from Penn State. The Warren Warriors unite. Let's go. Let's go. And this, to me, this was super simple. You know, I know there's a lot of names, a lot of positions that people are looking at, but this is all, you know, if you just look at it like this. Chukwuma Okorafor has started many games in the NFL. Derek Nottie started many games in the NFL. Alan Lazard started many games in the NFL. Stone Smart, Jeremy Ruckert, come on now, give me Tyler. That's it. That is how the decision was made. Is that there's just a crater, a Grand Canyon-sized crater at that position, and you have a potential all-time great to fill it. We've already seen what Sam Laporta has done, you know, working with Engstrand. I'm not saying it's the same system, anything like that, but hey, they shared the same room right together. And now, come on, now let's give Tyler Warren, or let's give Tanner Engstrand, as a matter of fact, somebody in Warren. As I don't even know. Now I think we got the Undertaker. We got the Undertaker over here. But yeah, Tyler Warren, come on down, Warren Warriors. Let me see you. Let me see y'all.
See, that's what I was just about to say. Welcome, and it sees like the light of God is also welcoming you into the Warren Warriors fan club. It's great to have you a part of it, Wudi, and it sounds like it seems like God agrees as the light is shining from the high heavens above as he's welcoming us all in together. It's great to see you on the bandwagon. I hope more jump on the Warren Warriors, baby. Hop on. And shout out to all our Boy Green Coffee Club members in the chat. What up, BG and Woody? We got A-Stuff10 in here. We got Terrence Hill. We got Mr. Roberts. All kinds of Boy Green Coffee Club members in here. Luca's in here. Bubba Badshaw's in here as well, baby. And if you guys would like to join the Boy Green Coffee Club, that is in the YouTube description down below for special shout-outs on the show and so much more. Again, join the Boy Green Coffee Club down below for only $2.99. So what a electric start, baby. Daniel Diaz as well. Hey, now, we see you in there. What a great start to your mock draft, Wudi. And again, we'll go through your entire mock draft. We won't do battling where we're both talking about our first-round picks at the same time. But I'm looking forward to mine. But let's continue with yours, Wudi. Let's go to your next selection here.
Are you good? Let's get it. Let's get it. With the number 42 pick, we are in the second round, 42nd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. The James Wudi Jets select Tyleik Williams, defensive tackle from Ohio State University. This one, I mean, of course, the only person that would really give me pause, like, you know, in the first round is Mason Graham. All right, we've needed somebody next to Quinnen for years, years and years, and now did not pick a Williams, a fellow Williams on purpose. But what I did pick was somebody who is a run stopper. That is his calling card. That he just collapses that pocket. Immensely strong, one of the strongest tackles in this class. All of his questions, the reason why he is still going to be, or most likely, according to PFF, still around at this part of the draft is because he has questions with his pass rush. All right. Doesn't really have the pass rush moves, doesn't really have the proper technique. And we've all seen Quinnen. He got enough technique for 2 tackles. All right. So what we've always needed is the added run stopping. So just to have Tyleik there, I feel like it is the perfect yin to Quinnen's yang, perfect match. All right. And of course, if the coaching staff, if looking over to his left and seeing Quinnen, if any of that osmosis can help Tyleik in the future, that's great. But if not, this is still a huge, 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 huge plus. You know, games are won and lost in the trenches, and this is a big, strong guy to put in the trenches and to completely transform that defensive line.
You are nailing this mock draft as far as I'm concerned, Woody. I love Tyleik Williams. I think he's a perfect fit. I'd mirror a lot of what you've already said about him. Plug and play right next to Q. We need run defense help. So the pass rush questions, fair. There's a reason, obviously, he's being available here at pick 42 overall. But give me the run defense, and we'll figure out the pass rush stuff later. Quentin Williams, pretty good in that department. Have a nice little mac and cheese, a little tomato action happening there on the interior defensive line. So well done. I like that at 42, my friend. Very nice.
Damn, thank you. Appreciate it. And we still got more to go.
Oh, baby.
With the 73rd pick in the NFL draft, the James Wudi Jets select Andrew Makuba, safety from the University of Texas.
Makuba Matata, baby.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. This was somebody who was really not even on my radar like that. But once Boy Green said those iconic words, Makuba Matata, I was like, we might need to find a way to get this man to become a Jet. And then, of course, Ryan Roberts right there, because he was actually, the reason why Boy Green even brought him up was because he was meeting with the New York Jets. Okay, right there live, or while we were live on the show, and Ryan Roberts had, nothing but positives to say about this man. This is somebody who, as we already know, safety has been a very forgotten position with this, with the previous regime. Let's get back to having ball hawks. All right, let's get back to having smart, capable football players back there. And this Makuba Matata, I think this is a huge addition, right? Cisco. Now we got Andre Cisco. I mean, come on now. Now we have a young, capable safety duo that can really transform the defense.
I love it. You know how I feel about Makuba Matata, baby. He is a wonderfully talented football player that just became, as Ryan Roberts said, a dog at Texas. This is our guy. So wonderful, getting a starting caliber player in the third round. All right, sign me the hell up. And speaking of sign me the hell up, what about Fire Aaron Glenn, baby? Joining us with a gifted gosh darn membership here on the channel. Chimes again. Shout out to Mario Correa. I have no understanding if that has any relation to Dre Correa here on the channel. And Fire Aaron Glenn, we got to get you back as well, my friend. Back in the Boy Green Coffee Club. You could join the Boy Green Coffee Club yourself in the YouTube description down below. Of course, we'd love to have you as a part of the family. It only seems so beautiful. So, Fire Aaron Glenn, you got yourself a raffle ticket for the month of April. Wonderful. Thank you kindly. Yeah.
Yes. Congratulations, Fire Aaron Glenn. Keep on keeping on.
That's it. That's the spirit. There we go.
We're at the, what are we at? Round 4.
Yes.
110th pick of the NFL draft. The James Wudi Jets select Will Howard, quarterback, Ohio State, teammates of Tyleik Williams.
The New York Buckeyes. Nice. The Ohio State Jets.
Oh, you're more. Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that. That's I guess there's a lot of things, right? I know no one wants to, look at a quarterback. Fields is a future. Fields is better than Joe Namath. That's what everyone is trying to say. But I will say, drafting somebody is a pretty important bullet on the checklist for me. Is, hey, we don't know how this is going to work out. Got to have a plan B. The Jets met with 6 quarterbacks. When we look at that list of all the different positions, there are a lot of positions where they only met with 2 or 3 apiece, right? 3 safeties, 1 running back, 2 cornerbacks, 3 tackles, but they've met with 6 quarterbacks. So that kind of tells me that they're looking to draft somebody. And unfortunately, the one that I chose Is not one of those 6, right? But I can't put Quinn Ewers in my draft, in my mock draft. I cannot do it.
Fair enough.
Will Howard, to me, I think outside of the Shador Camp, right outside of that tier, I think he's the best. I think he's better than Jackson Dart. I think he could be better long term than Jalen Milroe. This is just somebody who is really good. He's not great, but he's really good at everything. And when you have someone like that, and then you have good coaches, a good team, a good offensive line around them, that person, that's how you can have a long-term quality QB. They're not going to make mistakes, but as the pieces get worse, they're going to get worse. But that's how so many QBs are. So is he going to be top 5 in the NFL in anything? Probably not. But that is somebody who can end up winning you a Super Bowl or being a Jared Goff type, even though I just said Jared Goff has been top 5 in some stats. But Jared Goff is someone who I would say is very good at a lot of things, not great at anything. So that's the ceiling. That's the ceiling. And I like Will Howard, prototypical size. Come on down to the Jets.
Yeah, Will Howard is a big boy, obviously national champion this year, has that mobility that may be underrated for people that just don't know Will Howard, may not just assume that. That's sort of interesting to me. On Instagram, a shout out. We're streaming live in a lot of places. I'll give a shout out to that in a second. Brightside to Brightside on IG says Will Howard has been linked to the Jets for a while, so they seemingly like that pick. We also have a question. Throw it up from Boomtown here. Wudi, if I may ask, if we assume we're 100% all in for drafting a quarterback next year, what's the point of taking one this year? Your thoughts, Wudi?
Yeah, I was looking at that question. I was kind of confused. Is that the case? Did someone say that?
Yeah, we all had that one meeting, remember, Wudi, where we all came together and said, absolutely, this is the plan? I missed it.
I guess I missed. I'm gonna overslept the meeting. But like I said, I that's actually why I brought up the prospects that they met with this year in 2025. They met with more QBs than just about any other group. Edge is the only other group that was met with more than QB. So just off that, I'm expecting a quarterback, but also, a long-term commitment wasn't made in that room. I think those are two very strong things that lead me to believe that a quarterback will actually be taken this year. And then, you have that person to mold from year one.
Fair enough. We also have a YouTube super chat coming in. Every time we get one of those, we hear from my beautiful Data, Zariah Luna, who, by the way, Zariah's been at home. She's been sick. I hope you feel better, honey.
Wow.
Weeb the Dweeb, a member of the Boy Green Coffee Club for the last 2 months. God bless, baby. I think through the first 3 rounds, we need tight end, offensive tackle, and wide receiver. Good thoughts, Weeb the Dweeb. We'll see if I follow your plan for my mock draft. We'll see if that indeed ends up being the case. By the way, we're streaming live in 5 places right now on my YouTube channel, my Twitter account, my Instagram, and James Wudi's YouTube, which is Take Flight Talk, and also the James Wudi on the channel. We're streaming live in all those places, so make sure you show the love on all the different channels. We have over 200 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe, baby.
All right. The pick is in.
Okay. You know what that means. We got to hear them. Gods?
With the 145th pick in the NFL draft, the James Wudi Jets select Kyle Williams, wide receiver, Washington State. And this is a pick that at the time probably won't make anybody jump out their seat. But this is a guy who has very similar measurables to Garrett Wilson. You read the scouting report, and what do they say? That they talk about quick feet, quick burst, and the ability to create separation in short intervals of time. So what he actually lacks are some of the things that they tried to knock Garrett for was size, right? If Garrett bulks up. And Garrett has looked stronger from this point to his rookie year. But I mean, he's not jacked. He's not jacked by any means. This is someone where you bring to Sean Jefferson, right? You bring to Aaron Glenn. He's a coach. He's a coach. No, not just defense. No, he's a coach, right? And now you got a situation where you might have two type Garrett Wilson players. I think that would be. I think if you ask anyone in the comments, could you have two Garrett Wilsons? What would you be down for that? That's a resounding yes. I'm not saying the the same level of because Garrett, right? He could be top 10. I'm not saying that, but skill set, what he can do, separation. That's something, right? You guys, criticize Tet for. Right, this is something where coming into the league, Kyle Williams is coming in with the reputation of being a separation getter, and then Sean Jefferson, Aaron Glenn can help polish out the rest. So more playmakers, right? Our guy said, we want some playmakers. Well, right now, so far, 5 rounds in, we got Tyler Warren, and we got this guy, Kyle Williams.
Well, this is the first time I'm looking at you sideways, Wudi, and not because of the player. I love the player. The Jets have hosted him on a top 30 visit, very talented, just lasting until the 5th. Dane Brugler gave him a 3rd-round grade in the Beast, but I'm not going to really beat you up about it because it's the bleeping draft. Just because Dane Brugler gives this guy this grade does not mean he's going to go in that round. So, and I see some people seem surprised as that as well. Dade County McFly says he won't go that low. Take flight today, a.k.a. Brent said Kyle Williams in the 5th. Mind blown emoji and things of that nature. So, again, it's the draft. Anything can happen in the draft. And so I'm not going to destroy you about it. But that's the one that I'm like, ooh, sign me the hell up if he's available in the 5th round. Really talented player. Makes a lot of sense. So you never know what could happen.
I can only be as good as my PFF.
That's a good point. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I can't be like, he's here, but he's not supposed to be here and not take him. Nah, I mean, I did this via PFF mock, settings all standard, and our guy was here, so he had to be taken.
Blessed be he. I like it. Okay, hit him.
With the 106, oh my gosh, these numbers are getting big. 162nd pick in the NFL draft, the James Wudi Jets select Logan Brown, offensive tackle from Kansas, NTM. And of course, this is a position that if I didn't pick one, I would have been crucified.
For sure.
And we don't need any crucifixion. That was last week. This week, he's already risen. He's back. So,
wow.
Logan Brown, right? This is somebody who has good size. Again, they talk about technique, right? That's where can he be better? But tremendous athlete, tremendous burst for his size, and this is where Keith Carter is gone. Aaron Glenn's a coach, so let's do it. Let coach up, coach. And let's get a tackle. I think, and so many people have said this on social media, it stinks that, all these other teams can, draft an offensive lineman 3rd, 4th, 5th round and have them be a long-time starter. The New York Jets can only draft in the 1st round, and still then it's a roll of the dice. So hopefully the coaching acumen of this new regime, right, if you guys believe so much in it, then let's do it. Let's see you guys take somebody like Logan Brown, just a piece of clay, and mold him into a long-time starter, which we don't have at the right tackle position.
I love when we do mocks, so we talk about names that are not commonly in mock draft scenarios. I don't know, and we're talking about 5th round picks here, but that's what I really love about this. Logan Brown, 6'6", 311 pounds. He's an older prospect, a 6th-year senior, so he must be going to Kansas to be a doctor, I guess. He's already 24 years of age, but he already knows right tackle, former 5-star recruit, so the talent is there. And to your point, I love that Clay reference for a guy like this. The rest of the NFL could do it. Can the New York Jets? That's the question. It feels like an ESPN 30 for 30. What if I told you the Jets took a offensive lineman on the 3rd day of the draft, and one day, at one point, he started a game? What if I told you Bum, bum.
Not due to
Bum,
injury.
bum, bum, bum. Yeah, that's a good point, right? Not because they were forced. Jesus, we need a warm body. Get your ass out there, Logan. Like for actual, we feel good about this guy. That blessed be he. That'd be amazing to see from that perspective. So love the name. We have not heard that name much in the mock draft scenario. So credit to you, Wudi, for that find. And speaking of a find, what about DNY for life, aka Devin, baby? 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Shout out to, again, DNY for Life, a.k.a. Devin. Here are the 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Sarah Christine, Kickin' Pickles, Enoch Forte, Jesse P. Viz. You guys are all members to the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. Another 5 raffle tickets for our boy Devin, which, again, you guys could join the Boy Green Coffee Club in the YouTube description down below. If you want to give memberships, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that money sign, final option, gift channel memberships, and make it rain to the high heavens, baby, just like Wudi is with his mock draft here, for Pete's sake. So, absolutely wonderful. So, love it, Logan Brown. And now we do the final dip, which is the 6th round for the New York Jets in this mock draft, unless you have any 7th round trades coming up, Wudi.
But no trades this time. We got the 186th pick of this draft. The James Wudi Jets select R.J. Mickens, the safety out of Clemson. This is a big one for me. I think the Joe Douglas era did this pretty routinely. They would take a 6th round safety and turn him into a star, or, it doesn't have to be 6th round, but one of those later rounds, right? Michael Carter, the second safety, comes in. Now, boom, he's one of the best nickel corners in the league. Jamie Sherwood, right? Was he 6th round? He could have been 6th or 5th round.
He was 5th.
5th round safety. Now, we just saw him get the extension. R.J. Mickens right now, all right, has the size and speed to do a lot of different things on this defense, all right? He is 6 foot, 200 pounds with sub 4.5 speed. So they've used him in Clemson all throughout the defense. This is kind of your Swiss Army knife for Aaron Glenn to decide what's the best fit for him. And because I've already seen it with my eyes in Michael Carter II with Jamie and Sherwood, why not at low cost try to do that again with somebody who is a talented football player that can do a lot of different things, and have Aaron Glenn, you guys trust, he's a coach, have him find where he slots best at the NFL level. I think this is one of my favorite picks of the draft.
You know what's funny is that Wudi forever has thrown a couple of things at me over our time together. We've gotten more comfortable, so Wudi's traded blows and barbs like we're in a boxing match, and he calls me Mr. Google Stats. And the other one is that I placate to the fans. I just toss him a bone, and then the fans go, "Ooh, Boy Green, you're amazing." I'm like, "Oh, stop it. All right, I'll autograph that for you." R.J. Mickens, the son of former Jet Ray Mickens, interesting play, throwing some pedals at the fans, so they give you those oohs and ahs that you were looking for. I love the pick, of course. I think he could go at a lot of different places on day 3, which, again, that's why I'm not beating up on draft stock, especially guys on day 3. It's going to be up to the NFL teams to interpret. I think Mickens could be a starting level safety. Now, you already had McCooper earlier, so you could have more options, but Mickens, I think, is a starting caliber player at the National Football League. So if you get that in the 6th round, again, it's your Michael Carter II pulls, all those things you were saying. So I love Mickens as a player. That's a great find. But way to throw stuff at the fans. Nice.
Hey! I purposely didn't even. I said nothing about Ray. I didn't say like if that was true, I would have had the Ray jersey on, talking about, hey,
that would be funny. Yeah. I like that.
But no. So that's one thing. And I just want to say something to our guy Terrence, is that it's not 2 safeties. That's my whole point. Is that, just like Michael Carter, just like Jamie and Sherwood, right? Then you would have said, what? 7 safeties. But Jamie Sherwood right now is a linebacker, right? Michael Carter II is now our nickel corner. That's what I'm saying. Like, we have with R.J. Mickens a chance to make him whatever, because he has the size and speed to do multiple things. That's just what I want to say about that. And then, of course, we got our last one coming up.
Here we go.
With the 207th pick in the NFL draft, the James Wudi Jets select Miles Frazier, guard from LSU. And with this one, this is another one where we hope that the offensive line, we can develop somebody. You know, I know that it's not a position of need. Not one person has I seen through this offseason be like, oh, we need a guard. But John Simpson, he was signed for 2 years. AVT, it's not official what his future looks like for the Jets. But to be honest with you, I'm not expecting Miles Frazier to be, the long-term starter at either of these positions. This is a swing. This is a 100% depth move. Bringing somebody, he's been in the organization from day one. And when AVT goes down, you can swing him in on that side. When John Simpson goes down, swing him in on that side, and just have that swing guard that can help. Because as we already know, games are won and lost in the trenches. So this is just depth that they can develop on their terms in the trenches.
So this wraps up the Wudi mock draft. Let's show it up here on the big board. In case you joined the show late, I saw a few people did. That's all right. Feel free. That's okay. We have over 300 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. Here is the full mock draft for Wudi. I'll be doing mine in a moment, but no trades for Wudi. I might have a trade or two in mind. We'll get into that in a little bit. But here it is. Here's the haul. Tight end Tyler Warren, Penn State. Defensive tackle out of Ohio State, Tyleik Williams. Andrew Makuba Matata, the defensive back from Texas, baby. Will Howard, another double dip in the Ohio State pool. The quarterback, wide receiver Kyle Williams out of Washington State. Logan Brown, offensive lineman from Kansas. R.J. Mickens, the defensive back from Clemson. And finally from LSU, the Bayou, Miles Frazier on the offensive line. All right, Wudi, a nice haul here. Solid. All right.
Man, well, hey, shout out my guy, Zach Quinn. All right, because that's what I was trying to accomplish, right? Trying to be taken seriously. Right. We have a very, very strong foundation, but just gotta add some more key pieces, right? Like Tyler Warren. That's somebody who we would want to be a Jet for the next 10 years. Tyleik Williams, that's somebody, I just want to see nothing but Williams on that defensive line for years to come. Makuba as well, right? Pretty much those first three, as Boy Green says, the premium picks, right? In the first 100 premium picks, trying to, have foundational pieces there. And then the rest of them are, more developmental, where it would be, great to see them develop under this new regime.
This is why I love what we do, Wudi. Okay, so you have Zach Quinn. Wow, man, if the Jets said this draft, man, they're not that far off from being taken seriously. Yo Holmes says, love you, Wudi. Thank goodness you're not our GM. And then we have Chris Mack on YouTube. I'd love this for the Jets. So, we're getting all kinds of varying opinions on this program. Yes. Which is beautiful. That's what makes this so much fun. If we all just agreed and we said, oh, Wudi, A+ spec. Oh, Wudi, A+ spec. Whoa, Wudi, A+ spec. It wouldn't be as exciting. So absolutely love it. So salute to the fans. And by the way, I saw that some of you fans mentioned this earlier. Please submit your own mock drafts in the comments below after this video is complete. Me and Wudi will try to respond to a bunch of the mock drafts in there. Again, you can do that on both my YouTube channel, Boy Green, and also on Take Flight Talk as well. And yeah, baby. So beautiful. A wonderful mock draft scenario here for you, Woodster. Very nice. And let's give a shout out. Let's pour one out. We have another new member to the Boy Green Coffee Club. And this is my boy, CJ Gillens, a.k.a. Chuck. Whoa now. I mean, there's a chance there's multiple CJ Gillens out in the world, but I believe this is my best friend growing up in South Carolina, CJ Gillens, emerging from the woodwork. Salute to the Summerville, South Carolina days, my man. CJ, good to see you, brother. It's been a hot second. We'll have to catch up after the show. So thank you, CJ. Thanks for joining the Boy Green Coffee Club. That is available, like I said, in the YouTube description down below. Join the Boy Green Coffee Club. You can support the channel for only $2.99 a month, baby. So CJ Gillens, there's a surprise name I didn't have on the bingo card. We'll see how many people are saying that. about my mock draft about to be dropping. So, Wudi, are you ready to go from being overly criticized by the fans to now you're sitting in the seat? You get to eat the popcorn and have a few things to say about my mock draft.
Of course. Call me Michael Jackson in the Thriller. Eating the popcorn. I'm right here. We ready.
All right, Wudi. So, with the 7th overall pick, the New York Jets. Wait a second. What the hell? Oh, there's been a trade in this mock draft, baby. Here we go, right off the top rope. There's a trade, and the New York Jets are now on the clock with the 9th overall pick. All right, whatever you say, teleprompter. I'm Anchorman. I'm just reading what's on this thing with the 9th overall pick. After a trade with the New Orleans Saints for their 3rd-round draft choice in this class, they have 2 of those 3rd-rounders. We're taking Tyler Warren, baby. Tight end out of Penn State. Warren Warrior. Where else did you people think I was going to go? Hell yeah. Give me Tyler Warren. Again, what more is there to be said about this? I think he helps you in blocking. I think he helps you in receiving. He gives you a safety blanket for Justin Bleepin Fields, man. And Wudi described beautifully the geographic location of the massive chasm, the canyon that exists at the tight end position. It's holy. And I'm not talking about in the religious sense, if you catch my drift, baby. So Tyler Warren, plug and play. And I get my guy. I love this trade for the Jets. And it's so possible, dropping from 7 to 9. At 8, Carolina's taking a pass rusher. So I don't give a flying hoot about whoever the hell they're going to take. Don't care. And then the Saints would be moving up for a quarterback. Don't care because I don't want that either. So I get the same player at 7 that I could get at 9, and I pick up an extra 3rd-rounder. Not too shabby.
I can't lie. That's some shrewd moving. Shrewd moving, Boy Green. Yes, you already know the Warren Warriors were looking to unite Sharon. Special shout out to Sharon. I feel like she's been uniting the Warren Warriors for every episode the last 8 weeks. 8 weeks. So yes, we are all here. We have all united. And yes, here it is. The Warren Warriors unite. And Boy Green, like you said, to make that same pick, moving, and then you get another pick. I mean, that's a no-brainer. No-brainer.
Okay. And I think again, I'm trying to do this mock as realistically as possible. As again, I'm the GM. I'm making the decisions, but I think that's totally on the table, and boy, would it. So, Wudi, let's jump to the 42nd overall pick here. Wait a second. What the hell? Oh, wait a second. We're trading the 42nd overall pick, baby, and we're not making a draft pick. We're straight up trading the 42nd overall pick to the Detroit Lions for wide receiver Jameson Williams, baby. I got him a wide receiver. I think Justin Fields knows that Jameson Williams guy, playing with him in college at Ohio State. Little Garrett Wilson action. Oh, of course, people know him from his Alabama days. NFL insider Albert Breer. We talked about this on the show this morning. In league circles, there are whispers that Jameson Williams could be on the move. And Aaron Glenn this offseason, he said, man, I'd really try to find some speed like Jameson Williams. Well, don't find speed like Jameson Williams. Find speed from Jameson Williams. Bing, boom, bam. Bing, boom, bam. Beep, boop, bop. Boom. How about that? Tyler Warren, Jameson Williams, Garrett Wilson. Where's all the playmakers? Oh, suddenly Boy Green is just giving them to you. How about this?
Wow. Someone has the trade sliders all the way up. I mean, obviously, actually playing the game of football wise, Jameson Williams, that's a huge get. Like you said, why get speed like Jameson Williams? Well, you can just get Jameson Williams. That's an amazing point. I'm not sure how much I love the second contract factor.
Sure.
I believe isn't he the same year as Gary? He got hurt.
He is. So I will give you guys the contract situation here. He has a year left on his contract for 2025. Obviously, he's not a free agent. It's for around $5 million for this year. So dirt cheap for this year. But the 5th-year option, to your point, must be exercised by May 1st. And that 5th-year option projected total is around $15 million fully guaranteed. So you're telling me I get Jameson Williams for 2 years at like $20 million? Sounds like a steal to me. Sign me up.
Yeah, in a vacuum. But you just extended that 5th year for Sauce, Garrett,
sure,
Jermaine,
whatever.
You're paying the dead cap for I'm interested Rodgers. So It's not bad if they can make the financials work and like not, now we're just in cap hell because of this. And then again, he would need to be extended. Like, we're talking about extending
if you want. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think is it worth doing a 2-year rental for
Probably
somebody
not.
who also like doesn't play full seasons at a clip.
Oh, hey. Now,
No,
wait
that's
just a second. Sure. Has he had some injuries? Sure. Has he been suspended? Haven't we all? Like, come on. A little
no.
gambling policy here, a little substance abuse policy. Come on, we've all been there. We can relate. It's okay. Aaron Glenn knows the guy. He was with the Lions when they drafted this guy. He was around him up until he just took the Jets job. He knows that Jameson Williams. We tight. We cool. We cool.
I mean, this isn't sounding like a Tony Busby type plea right here, but I'm saying that it doesn't seem like worth the 42nd overall pick to put yourself in a situation where we don't know how many games and we don't know how many years. Even though Jameson is really good, he is really good. I don't know. I don't think I'll be too. I don't think I'll be too hyped. Of course, I would be hyped once he's on the field and he's playing. But
Hell
again,
yeah,
thinking about the years, thinking about the money.
Fair enough. That's all right. Hey, by the way, Sharon said we both made her day with the Warren Warriors. So Sharon, we love
Let's
you.
go. Let's get it.
We love you. Amen. All right. Let's put the trade pipe down for myself. I get a little crazy.
Yes.
Get a little crazy.
Regular sliders.
Let's just go. Let's just get down to the brass tacks here. Now, this is not the 73rd overall pick. Remember, the Jets dropped from 7 to 9. They picked up a third rounder. It is the earliest Saints third rounder they have, which is the 71st overall pick. So, again, you will see it on the screen here in a second. That is part of the trade with the Saints. It's not another trade. So I just want to clarify that. With the 71st overall pick in the 2025 NFL draft, the New York Jets select Boston College offensive tackle Ozzie Trapillo. And look how I cook. You know what? Brian Krantz is about to walk in the room. Someone cooked here. You damn straight I did, Brian Cranston. I got us a tight end superstar. I got us a star wide receiver, and booyah, I just got us a 6'8" guy who could be playing in the Game of Thrones, The Mountain, for God's sakes, and he could be competing at right tackle from day one. Now, when you're 6'8", I would know these problems because I'm 5'3" in a slanted hill. But when you're this tall, that can sometimes hurt you at tackle because you're just too big. It's harder to move when you're that mammoth of a man. So that could lead to some issues. There's obviously a reason that he's available here. Again, he's going to be turning 24. So that's coming up too in terms of the age factor here. He's a fifth-year senior. But the thing I love is he played right tackle. He's just a big, big dude. He's got NFL bloodlines. And this is a guy that I think is just terrific. Here, we'll do this trivia. I won't play the trivia music, Wudi, but how many penalties do you think our boy Ozzie had last year? Ozzie, oi, oi, oi. How many penalties do you think he had last year, Wudi?
I'll go with none.
0. Zip and pip. And he played 772 offensive snaps last year and didn't have a penalty, baby. Now, Ozzie has been a very popular mock draft pick. And I didn't just want to pick guys because they were popular to the Jets, but I wanted to pick guys that I thought could make sense. And Ozzie makes sense. This guy is a massive pile of a man. He can step in day one and compete to start potentially. Again, we've been talking about Chukwuma Okorafor, but I think Ozzie could start from day one, baby. Plug in as your right tackle, and he's big. He's nasty. There's work to be done. He's not a perfect player by any means, but we've already talked about before, you don't need perfect players all over the place. I think Ozzie there at right tackle makes me feel real nice like.
Yeah. I mean, this one, I feel like you came extra with the explanation after my response to the last pick, but you didn't need to because, Ozzie is a fantastic choice. He is the people's choice. Look at there's not one person in there being like, I don't know about this. Mm-hmm. Like you said, big mountain of a man, 0 penalties. I think this is a fantastic choice. And someone, he could start, right? I think that's one of those where That's an embarrassment of riches, and that's something that we don't know too much about as Jets fans. We out here trying to scratch and claw, but at this position in this scenario, yes, that's what it would be, an embarrassment of riches, and I like it. I like being rich.
Hey, we got another third round pick thanks to my excellent moving around, baby. Now let's get to our original third round pick with the 73rd overall pick. I would like to introduce you guys to Ole Miss defensive tackle J.J. Pegues from Ole Miss, baby. This is a name that's not been floating around a lot in New York Jets land, but I think it's a name that should start floating around more in New York Jets land. It's a talented big boy, 6'3", 309 pounds, a fifth-year senior. Again, he's going to be close to being 24 years of age. He has the nickname The Mayor. He's a unique prospect. There's the power and the strength to his game. He's projected as a 4th or 5th round pick. He's just a big man with his waist and his hips. The fluidity is very nice. He's flashed in college. Now, the part of it, the other part I love, this one was a nugget from Dane Brugler, A-plus character. He received the 2024 Chucky Mullins Courage Award and changed to number 38 Mullins' number back in college, awarded to the Ole Miss defensive player who embodies Mullins' legacy of courage, leadership, perseverance, and determination. So A-plus character, that seems like that's something very important to Aaron Glenn and company as they're putting this group together. He started his first 2 years at Auburn, a big boy school, and then he ended up transferring to Ole Miss, and he exploded immediately on the scene. He had over the course of his career, 28 and a half tackles for loss, 10 sacks. I think there's a ton of upside with this kid. Everyone's talking about Walter Nolan, his running mate, who is awesome, but he's run a little hot and cold throughout this process. There's certain tape you see of Walter Nolan, you're like, oh, top 5 pick. And there's other, you're like, oh, is this guy even draftable? I think J.J. Pegues is someone that could bring a little bit of that chutzpah next to Quinnen Williams, and I think it'd be a dynamic duo, quite frankly.
Yeah, I mean, definitely need a defensive tackle. Would welcome getting one. I'm not sure if drafting somebody, projected to be a 4th or 5th rounder, in the 3rd round, like right in the top of the 3rd round. If it's reaching, and sometimes you like to reach for specific things, right? Like, because obviously some people see things that or don't see things that you see. But his testing scores, weren't that great. Of the defensive tackles that tested at the combine, his athleticism score was 32nd. So he's not particularly strong or fast, or not really testing well. Has some nice stats, but like you said, obviously with Nolan there, sometimes it's the is it the chicken or the egg, that cause and effect of having 2 talented linemen down there. That I probably think that the 73rd would be a little bit too rich in my personal opinion.
And that's totally fair. I'm betting on upside here. For those who don't know, he played tight end as a true freshman, and then he switched over when he was suiting up for Auburn. He was a tight end, and then he jumped over to defensive tackle. So to me, I think there's a lot of untapped potential here, a rawness, I guess you could say, that I think can be. You get the right coaching staff. I believe in this AG coaching staff. So I agree. It's probably J.J. Pegues. Okay, I'm getting a little frisky. But I just believe in the player, and sometimes when you do that, you just go, F it. I'm not getting cute. I'm not waiting further rounds to make sure I get my guy. I'm going to get him right off the get-go here, pal. So, I had to consider that as part of the equation.
Fair enough. Pour one out for your boy Makuba. Can't even say Makuba Matata.
There you go.
All right, let's do it.
Now, I'm not going to lie. This is one of my favorite players in the entire class, and I just had to strike while the iron is hot. And some people, like I said, may be saying this is rich. It depends on your perspective, I guess, because there's a lot to unpack with this player. But with the 110th overall pick in the 4th round, I have the New York Jets selecting Central Arkansas's edge rusher, David Walker, baby. This is a guy we brought up with Ryan Roberts. He's 6'1", 263 pounds, 6th-year senior. Again, he's going to be turning 25. So the small school, the age, all of that is going to scare a lot of people off. And again, I totally understand for those who are there. He played in college at Directional Arkansas. First, he started off at Southern Arkansas. Then he jumped over to Central Arkansas. He just missed out on Western and Eastern and Northern and all these other Arkansas. But what I look for when I'm plucking a player from a smaller college is, boy, they better have been a big fish in a small pond. They must have dominated at that level. And boy, did he. In his 4 years at Directional Arkansas, he racked up 39 sacks, 6 forced fumbles, 8 pass deflections, and 82.5 tackles for loss. At a minimum, in each of his 4 seasons, he had 18 tackles for loss at minimum in each of those single seasons, and then it often blew up much larger than that. He is dominant. He is one of my favorite players in this class. Again, we're talking about talent and getting hands on guys and seeing if you could take them to another level. This is a guy that earned his way. He was a no-star recruit. You ever seen Longest Yard, right? Chris Rock's fighting for, can I be half a star? No star, 0-star recruit. This is one of the great stories of this draft, and people need to get more familiar with him. I think pass rushers are bigger need than people talk about. And if I can wait for the right guy like David Walker, I think the Jets are going to have an absolute home run and perhaps one of the steals of this class.
Yeah, edge definitely is a position that should be looked at. It is one that, I guess I don't want to say omitted because, I replace it with other positions. But this is a good position. This is a good position to look at. I mean, the name of the game is getting to the QB and protecting your QB. This is somebody who's been getting to QBs at a high level. I'm not, scared of, someone being older. As our guy Brent from Take Flight Today said it a while back. The older prospects, the value of having older prospects. I feel like, to me, that's kind of a sign of hunger, a sign of somebody who has passion for this game, as opposed to somebody who may just be, coasting through. All right, doing this. All right, I guess the next stop's the NFL. No, they usually have had to scratch and claw and go through hardship and go to lesser programs, or, bigger programs step back, lesser programs step up, and all that, so there's more grit. There's more grit to it. And David Walker definitely has that grit. So I am not mad at all at this pick, like I've been at your last 3.
Well, progress, I guess. Let's go next. With the 145th overall pick in the 5th round, the New York Jets select Penn State defensive back Jalen Reed. Now, if we pull out the glasses, let me do a little bit of a look-see here. There was someone earlier in our chat, and I noticed it. Chris Mack, I'm going to highlight your comment. You must have seen my notes. I've done so many mock drafts over and over again, Chris says. I'm really high on safety Jalen Reed at Penn State. What are your thoughts, people? He just threw that out there. He didn't know that I had him in my mock draft already. And hello, Jalen Reed. Welcome to the squad, buddy. 6 foot flat, 211 pounds, a 4th-year senior, is 22. Just recently turned 22. He's a 2-year starter, and the thing I love is he fits exactly what the New York Jets are looking for. Okay, we got Andre Sisco, this crazy ball hawk all over the place. Now, Jalen Reed can fit that other role, an interchangeable safety that can play all over the place. He can be matched up in the slot. He can play 2 high. He can play 1 high. He was in that 4-2-5 system there. And this is an interesting story to Tyler Warren, right? With Tyler Warren, people say, oh, he's only got 1 year of production. But then I go, well, what about all the guys that were in the room? Theo Johnson, what? Okay. You go to Brandon Strange, what? Okay. You have these other tight ends in the room. Zach Kuntz, what? Of these guys in the room that, hey, he had to wait his turn. And we go over to Jalen Reed. What about all the talent that's been coming out of Penn State? Jaquan Brisker, what? Jair Brown, what? You see what I'm talking about, Wudi? You look at all that, and you're like, oh, he had to wait his turn. And when you wait, good things happen to you. Our boy Jalen here led the team in tackles last year, 98. Led the team in picks, 3. This guy is described as, from Dane Brugler, he has an enforcer mentality. Reed is a blur working downhill, especially as a blitzer, and doesn't have a passive bone in his body. Okay. Sign me the hell up for Jalen Reed. Again, we've been talking about a lot of Penn State players, and for good reason. Jalen Reed, a.k.a. Jay, is his nickname. This is a guy that can make an immediate impact for the New York Jets. Now, people are going to question, again, that he's only a 2-year starter at safety in 2023 and 2024 and say, oh, well, there's a limited sample size here. But when he stepped on the field, he made plays, baby. Over the last 2 years as a full-time starter, he had 10 and a half tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks, forced fumble, 9 pass deflections, 5 interceptions over the last 2 years as a starter. He produced when given the opportunity. I think, again, one of the sneaky guys in this class people are overlooking.
Yeah, I like Jalen Reed. I really do. I feel like a lot of the things that I said earlier about Mickens, right? I like with Jalen Reed, the way that your draft has fallen. Now we're talking about a duo, right? Duo with Cisco. And I think that's a pretty sweet deal. We're talking 6 foot, sub 4.5 speed, 211 pounds. A hard hitter. Let's get it. I think this is if he's there, might even be should I bring the S word out? A steal. I think this is a good pick.
A couple of comments here jumping in. Bubba Badshaw says, do you think he's better than Landon Jackson? Because apparently I was skipping certain Arkansas players for Badshaw. And no, if you pay attention to Dane Brugler's mock draft, Landon Jackson is the 9th best edge rusher in this class overall and is graded as a 2nd-round pick. So he's got more of God's given gifts. He doesn't have the path. And again, everyone's path is different, so I'm not trying to judge. But David Walker, his path was more unique. Again, this isn't Jalen Reed he's talking about David Walker. Everyone's path is different. Landon Jackson's gifts from the gods are in a much different category than David Walker. There's a reason why you're betting on David Walker. Landon Jackson's probably going to be a top 60 pick in this class. So, no, he's not straight up better than Landon. But, again, not everyone is just going to be straight up better than somebody else. So, I think there's a lot involved.
That's just your sales job. You out here talking about these 5th-round picks like they about to end up in Canton. Every single one of them.
Well, they are. Let's go to a YouTube super chat here. This is from DNY for Life, a.k.a. Devin, who's been a member on this channel for 9 gosh darn months.
Wow.
If the shoe fits, Cinderella, DNY for Life says, BG, cook this draft. Wudi, are you taking notes? LOL. And again, I didn't say it, but you said it. DNY for Life. And hey, if the shoe fits.
Well, yeah, I mean, hey, this draft isn't even over. We don't even know.
Oh.
He can pick Kim Jong-un next. We don't even know.
Sure.
All right.
That's possible.
Yeah. You guys jump into conclusions.
Yeah, it could be. Hey, speaking of jumping, MFC Mother Effing Chew with a gifted Boy Green Coffee Club membership, baby. There are all kinds of chimes on this program. That membership went to David Perry. MFC, congratulations on another membership, my friend. Thanks for all your support here on the channel. That is 13 raffle tickets so far this month. God bless, baby. Oh, this has been fun doing these mock drafts. So massive shout out to Wudi for the setup of this one. I think this is going even better than when we do the mock draft machine of delays and all kinds of things. I think this is really cool to do it in this way. This is the first time I've done it in this form or fashion where we did our mock draft right before the show, and then we have it in this form where we can talk about it and really dive deep. But it's time to, speaking of dive deep, let's go to our second 5th-round draft selection in this class. Come on now. Sharon got a huge shout out earlier. Said, oh my gosh, that made my day. Well, Sharon, I'm about to make your day times 2. Okay. With the 162nd overall pick, the New York Jets select a 2nd tight end. Syracuse tight end, Oronde Gadsden, the 2nd. Let's go. This class is so good at tight end that I want to double dip. I want to dip my nugget in once, go, you know what? I'm going back in. Wow, boom. And I'm dipping again. Give me some Oronde gosh darn Gadsden action, baby. Speaking of NFL bloodlines, for a guy that has the body and he has the talent and he can make some things happen. And he's a name that's sort of getting lost in the shuffle. We're doing a little bit of that, icky shuffle. You know what I'm talking about, Wudi? We're getting a little bit of that icky shuffle in that people could sometimes get a little, lost in the sauce. You feel me?
Number 44. Woo! 44, that's me. Get some cold cuts. Get some cold cuts. Get some cold cuts. Woo! Give me some!
You know, that icky shuffle, baby, getting a little lost in the sauce. That's what I'm saying. Aronde Gadsden is getting a little lost in the sauce. 6'5", 241 pounds, only 21 years of age. He is soon to turn 22. And I saw him here at Syracuse, got to cover him for the football team. And I want to, because, like, I don't want to just draft Tyler Moore and he gets hurt, and then we're back to Stone Cold Smart or Jeremy Ruckert again. Why don't we invest? Let's double dip. The Jets did this back in the 2017 draft when they went double dip safety. Jamal Adams, Marcus May. Let's just attack this position. I think tight end is something we should attack. I think he is a incredibly talented player that you can use in a lot of different ways. He could be a receiving tight end. He could be a little everything. Let's go all Rob Gronkowski, Aaron Hernandez on people. And let's unleash these two tight ends, baby. Let's go. Okay?
I didn't think it was possible to disrespect Aaron Hernandez on this television show or on this YouTube show, but you definitely disrespected Hernandez by putting that comparison out there, because definitely that's not what would happen with Gadsden. But no, I mean, it's a good pick. It's a good pick. I know you hate Ruckert. You're trying to cut him. I know this is why I haven't given you these scissors, Boy Green. All right, because I know where you would go first. I like Ruck. I'm expecting to see solid things out of him. I could be disappointed, right? I mean, I have been in the past, so I could be in the future as well. But this is definitely not a bad pick. In Terrence, two tight ends, right? After what I said about the two safeties, but yeah, I think not the best pick, but not a bad pick whatsoever. And of course, if the plan is that Stone Smart is literally just a placeholder and that Ruck is out, then boom, let's get these two guys learning together. You get the the new class in, learning together, helping each other get better. In that sense, Gronk and Aaron, okay, that's super cool. But I would not expect the similar production that Aaron Hernandez was able to produce on or off. I actually wouldn't expect it.
I hope he doesn't get anywhere near that kind of production, for lack of a better word, off the field. That's for sure. Let's hit him with it. It's time to jump into the 6th round. Time to scuba dive, right into the deep end of the pool, baby. And boy, won't you like this? Won't you like this? You got a fan favorite with R.J. Mickens, right? Son of Ray Mickens. How about this? With 186 overall pick in the 6th round, give me Florida defensive tackle Desmond Watson, baby. And for those who don't know who this is the heaviest player in the NFL draft. He is 6'6", 464 pounds of man. And if he gets drafted, he will be the heaviest player in NFL history. Jumping in here on the mix, I mean, this guy is a tub of lard, baby. He is a massive pile of man. And for me, he's going to be a guy that I think gets drafted here late. Now, you hear someone who's 464 pounds, you're like, good night. I mean, what are you, just rolling him on the field? And by the way, if that's all he did, you have to get around him somehow. You're not going through that, I can guarantee. And this is the same thing that I talked about with tight end, where if you're going to double dip at one of the great positions in this class, why not do it? You do it at tight end, because I love the tight ends in this class. Do it at defensive tackle. I had J.J. Pegues, and now you get this big fat bastard. And he's going to get thrown into the mix right next to Quinton Williams. 464 pounds, man. And he played decent amount of snaps over the last 3 years, too. For someone who's that friggin' massive, he's gained more weight every year of his Florida career. Started at like 415, then went to 4.
Probably gained more weight every year of his life. So I mean, you had to limit it to.
So there you go. Give me some Desmond Watson action. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is kind of like everyone, one person gets like viral for a specific reason, right? And we now, we know the reason for Desmond. And sometimes it actually does work out. Like DK Metcalf actually, was, oh my God, he's a genetic freak. And, he's had a solid career. Then other times it does not work out. The thing I'll say about defensive tackle specifically is that I personally am a big LT3 fan. I think Leonard Taylor III, I know he's going to have to impress a new regime, but I really, really thought he was going to be our Bryce Huff, who for those of you who say Bryce Huff, well, what did he do this year? He's garbage. I mean, what did he do as a Jet? Right, like he was, incredible for us as a Jet. Got himself a very lucrative contract, and I think that's what LT3 can do is play very well for the Jets and get himself a very lucrative contract. So that's why I did get like the starter, right? And like for you, right, JJ, but the double dip, what you're really doing with that second dip is burying LT3. And I wouldn't want to do that for such a big question mark.
Well, that's something that me and Desmond Watson have in common. I double dipped with this, and I'm sure he's double dipped a few times during his life. So we've had a lot of dipping happening here with one Desmond Watson. I will tell you this: I am massively high on LT3. I love Leonard Taylor III. So hopefully, he gets the opportunity. I'll be intrigued how the new coaching staff feels about him because the talent is immense. We'll see what happens there. All right, let's round this puppy out with our Mr. Irrelevant, our final draft selection here in this mock draft. With the 207th overall pick in the 6th round, the New York Jets select Michigan running back Donovan Edwards. And I will tell you about Donovan.
How dare you?
I will tell you about Donovan. Hey, I want to say this before I even get to Donovan. You see our intro video, Boy Green meets Wudi, and we dap it up, right? I've got a jersey of a player who's no longer on the team, and maybe Wudi is soon going to join me.
No.
Anywho.
What is this? What is your disdain? Your disdain. Yes. Against Breece Hall, our franchise running back.
Does a 6th round pick offend Breece Hall? Because if it does, which by the way, it probably does, because Breece Hall gets offended by everything on social media. Oh, we don't want Zeke. Him and Michael Carter saying back in the day, grow up. Okay, social media drama queen. Okay, I take a running back in the 6th round, and he does the Michael Jordan meme, and I took that personally. Whatever revs your engine, pal. I think Donovan Edwards is a player that when you look at Michigan over the last couple of years, this is a guy that expected to go much higher than the 6th round. You saw the potential early on in his career where in 2022, he was averaging 7 yards a clip on the ground. He had 991 rushing yards. He had 7 rushing touchdowns, showed some chutzpah in the receiving game over the last 2 years. His yards per carry spiked. It went down to 4 yards a clip in 2023 and this past season, 4.6. He was a rotational back for Michigan. I'm betting on the upside. I'm betting on what I've seen previously. Aaron Glenn said this. He was talking about a Sauce, as a matter of fact, when he brought up this quote, but I think the quote stands no matter what. He said, I've seen Sauce men in All-Pro before. I've seen him being good before, so I know I can get it out of him. It's on coaching. I've seen Donovan Edwards be a dynamic player before, and I know that the right coaching staff can get it back out of him. I think he is a dynamic receiver out of the backfield. I think he could be a nice change of pace guy. And you don't, as much as you're singing the sweet praises of one Breece Hall, he's entering the last year of his deal. And I love Isaiah Davis, and I love Braylon Allen, but we're going to need some more in the room. And hell, I could totally see 4 running backs making this team, and we've just mentioned 3 of them. That sounds like there's some room for another. And so I am very high on Donovan Edwards, hyper-aggressive, attacking the line of scrimmage, as Dane Brugler said, explosive at the second level. Again, when you see how the numbers have sort of fallen over the last 2 years, he's gonna slip through the cracks. But the pass catching ability, I'm telling you, I think that's going to be dynamic. Dane Brugler believes he can even play straight up at wide receiver in the slot and outside. That versatility is attractive, especially when we get late in the draft in the 6th round. I don't think enough people are talking about Donovan Edwards, and again, he has no one to blame but himself, I guess, for the last 2 years of tape. But you look back beyond the 2 years, and we're not prisoner of the moment. Donovan Edwards is a really good player.
Yeah, the Jets should be talking about. I mean, if people should be talking about him, shouldn't be anywhere in the state of New York. Yeah, I will pass there, and it's not about Bree. I didn't even say no. Well, I guess I did actually. And then because you got specific about the jersey I was wearing, but it's the room. The room is rock solid, like you said. Isaiah Davis is good. Braylon Allen is good. Breece is great. So, like, there's no we're literally bringing somebody in to just put in the dirt. So I just don't see that as a. I feel like that's almost like a luxury pick. Like you do that when there aren't positions of need, and like when you do what I said before when we talked about, you know, Ruckert versus Nadi versus Okafor, right? Like if you look at after your incredible Boy Green draft, some of the positions of need at 207, I don't think you can say running back is one of them. There are still others you could address. So, but you already knew that I was gonna not approve of this. But I know because I know you quick to highlight the something that's like, oh, Boy Green cook. But Johnny, I appreciate you. All right, with the last couple of picks. See, that's me because I got an eye for the sleeper. You know what I'm saying? I don't sleep. I'll just my eye. I always got one eye open when I'm sleeping. So those last round picks that you messing with me, I appreciate you big time, man. Because boy, that's Boy Green right now. These last couple picks is asleep at the wheel.
Or maybe finding sleepers that you may have been dozing off yourself on there, Wudi. But here is the complete mock draft scenario here. So we'll zoom in on this puppy so you guys can make fun of it in proper light here. Or not at all, I guess. Sorry.
Praise it.
Yeah. So there you go. There is the mock draft here on the channel. It's incredibly hard to see, so I'll see if I can share that better here in just a moment. But either way, I feel pretty good about this draft, Woodster. I think it looks real nice-like, and I'm happy with how it came out. You really, you take a gander at this good old experience here, and I think, here we go. I figured out how to. I'm a monkey operating a spotlight over here of trying to figure out how to do this gosh darn thing. So here we go. I'm able to zoom in now on this mock draft. So we had, remember the trade down going from 7 to 9 with the New Orleans Saints picking up a third rounder. Got Tyler Warren at 9th overall. I traded the 42nd overall pick to the Detroit Lions for Jamison Williams. We got Ozzie Trapillo, starter, right tackle. J.J. Pegues, they're a defensive tackle. David Walker, the pass rusher. Jalen Reed, starter at safety. Tight end Arande Gadsden to the old discount. Double check Desmond Watson's fat ass in there as another defensive tackle, and then rounded out my boy Donovan Edwards. What an amazing draft, for God's sakes.
Damn, I feel like I'm looking at one of your report cards for real, Boy Green.
Hey, FPFF, they can suck it, okay? I don't give a flying hoot what they thought.
Wow.
They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about.
Just all these
bad, Shaw.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Amen.
Bad Shaw. I thought you were my boy. But it's okay. It's okay because it's all love here. I like Christopher's comment the most. Regardless of how you feel about these drafts or the people that made the drafts, I mean, come on now. We are trying our best to represent these New York Jets that we all love so much and just want to stop missing the playoffs every year and embarrassing us and our families. We want the best for this franchise. And, in our hearts, what we tried to do with these mock drafts is do the best we possibly could for this franchise with these picks.
There's no doubt about it. So, people, if you're watching this after the fact, we appreciate it. Like the video, hit subscribe. Again, no matter where you're watching, we're streaming live in 5 different places, baby. Yes, Sharon saying Donovan's underrated. You damn straight he is, baby. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. But we're streaming live in 5 different places. If you're watching on Take Flight Talk, the YouTube channel, make sure you like it. Hit subscribe, baby. If you're here on the Boy Green YouTube channel, make sure you like the video, hit subscribe. I appreciate all the memberships, and Wudi does too, when it's going to be coming on his channel as his channel continues to grow. We appreciate the financials for people that could do that. That's really cool. But the free way, literally everyone can contribute if you enjoy the show, is by liking the video and hitting subscribe. And Bubba Babadshaw here says, Woody, you betrayed me when you didn't take any Arkansas players. LOL, JK, love you, Wood.
Yes, it's okay. It's all good. Hey, I would love to see. I mean, Walker, that's a great pick. So we can all rejoice and be hyped, if that does happen.
Yeah.
And hey, I'm super excited. You saw me, giddy at the beginning. I'm still giddy right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on now. 48 hours, right? We'll be talking draft, doing our thing. And then at night, Boy Green hosting the draft extravaganza. The same Mr. Bradshaw that we just had on the screen said he took off on Friday so that he can be part of this DraftNet extravaganza all night long, all night. Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's what I'm saying. This is going to be a huge event, the first draft of the Aaron Glenn era. We want to see. We want to see, how they feel about this pool of players and who they are choosing to write the newest chapter in New York Jets history.
Quick point of clarity. Hopefully you got the right day off. I mean, for you, Betcha, it will be on Thursday night, April 24th. Will be the first
so that
round.
you take off work. What are you talking about? You take off work Friday so you can stay up all night Thursday.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I was just making sure. Of course, day 2 is awesome. To me, that's going to be a lot of action there. I just wanted to make sure that Badshaw's all covered.
That's why I'll be singing Lionel Richie with me. Hey, karaoke. Yeah. We about to kill it. About to kill it.
So we could stay up late. You're right, Wudi. You're right. I just want to make sure we're all clarifying here that, again, Thursday, April 24th, the less than or a little more than 48 hours away, Thursday, April 24th. Wudi will be a part of that draft show. He will be on it. My pop will be on it. We're going to have Jerko Kotri on it. We're going to have an NFL insider on it. We're going to have analysts on it all over the place. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys can join us. Again, that's Thursday, April 24th. So looking forward to it. Me and Wudi will be back on Thursday, April 24th. For Boy Green Meets Wudi to give you the final notes and quotes ahead of the draft, everything we're hearing, dumping out notebooks and things of that nature. Again, that'll be Thursday, 3 o'clock, and we will see if Wudi watches the movie Draft Day for the first time in his life. We will get an update on that on Thursday, perhaps at 3 o'clock.
Yes. Johnny, to answer your question, I don't have a college football team that I'm passionate about. I guess UNC, like by de facto.
Right, locally, right.
Yeah, right. I live very close to UNC. I live like 4 minutes from campus. And like I was a UNC basketball fan like my whole life.
Oh, okay.
So I guess football wise, that's who I go with. If I'm doing it by where I went to school, the closest D1 school to where I went is actually Syracuse. So I like to root for them as well. But I don't really have one where I'm like, there is no college team that can ruin my day or uplift my day the way the New York Jets can.
Well, there you go. Beautiful. Well put. Thank you to the active chat. That was awesome. Again, streaming live in 5 different places today. Thank you so much. Again, folks, if you're watching this after the fact, submit your own mock drafts. Feel free to grade ours. We love hearing it, obviously. So feel free to tell us a picture, hated, loved, everything in between. We'd love to see your mock draft. Me and Wudi, like I said, we'll try to be in the YouTube comment section of both Take Flight Talk and Boy Green, the Boy Green channel over here as well. And we'll try to react to a bunch of those. So submit those in. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back on tomorrow morning for Boy Green Daily with a very special guest, a former NFL Network employee will be joining us on the program to flex on him. So it's going to be friggin' sweet. I can't wait. Wudi, awesome show, and looking forward to Thursday, pal.
Absolutely. Let's go. Appreciate every single person in the comments. Appreciate you, Boy Green, immensely. And if there's one thing that you can take away from these dueling mock drafts, there was only one similarity. Warren Warriors unite. Let's get it, baby.
Here we go. Thanks, everybody. See you.